No, you are saying something. Come on, I take you.
What do you say? What do you know? It's the Already Clear show here on Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Go 5 to 7 tonight. You're on my 51460. And last night we were watching the football game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. And more evidence of the missing of the referees, of not being there. And they blew a game. They blew the game. There was a bad call on the alley-oop pass to Golden Tate. He pushed off. There was pass interference there, but they all jostled for the ball, so I'm good with that. It was intercepted. He stole the ball away from him. They went to the review booth, and they just said, game's over. Seattle wins. Green Bay walked off the field. 10 minutes later, they came back. They kicked the extra point. They lose 14-12. Now, if Green Bay misses the playoff by one game, was the scab refs. These guys are terrible. They called 24 penalties yesterday for 247 yards. That's more yards than the Eagles game in the whole game against Arizona. And they still don't want to give the referees what they want. Now I figured something out. Figure like this. The players want more money. The owners want to make more money. Cost of living goes up. The labor agreement's up with the referees. Their cost of living goes up, but they don't want to give them any more. Why don't they just take something away from them? So instead, what they do is they get these Division 3 or 2, lingerie football league, arena football guys, high school football referees, and they bring them into the NFL, and now they're called rookies, and they're on-the-job training. Well, on-the-job training cost them on last night's game, Sunday night with Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels. They just said, man, I can't take this no more. Bring them back. This is unbearable. On a national audience on a Sunday, and then on Monday night, the fiasco goes, 24 penalties that were accepted. Not 24 penalties total, that were accepted. Here's the perfect thing. If you want to make points, and there's some scores that are out of the sight, except for last night with all the sacks and everything, but if you just want to make points, just send your guys deep and just throw bombs, and then you get the pass interference calls or offense or defense, but they'll make a call for you, and then you'll be able to get in the end zone. What is going on for the first 3 weeks in the NFL, and we pay our money for that, by the way, as fans, we're getting cheated. Like the people in Wisconsin last night who rooted for the Green Bay Packers, their home fans, they got cheated out of a win. Instead of a loss, they started out 1-2. And that's one game that they should have won that they lost. And it wasn't because it was an interception or a fumble. It was because the referees have no idea what they're doing. They have no clue. They have a referee down there just so they can spot the ball. Well, they spot the ball wrong twice yesterday in that game. Twice. They still don't know all the rules. Challenges are all used up before halftime for the whole game. And it's become an utter mess. All they have to do is get $63,000 per team to get the officials what they need. Now I ask you, if cost of living is going up and your job where you work at, your contract's up, you still want to stay there and the boss still wants to have you there, don't you have to renegotiate for a better salary? Doesn't everybody, no one gets raises? The only people get raises are girls who wear higher heels. If you want to get a raise and cost of living goes up, like your gasoline, your food, your electricity, the mortgages, your car payments, insurance, health insurance, that all goes up and you keep on making the same money, you're going to be flat dead broke. So $63,000 that each team has to come up with, which is chump change to these owners, an $11.5 billion organization, give it to them already. To watch football and say deplorable, disgusting, hard to watch, unbearable. That's what Chris Collinsworth said. That's what Al Michaels tried to say. And last night, John Gruden, he just went off. Mike Tirico, he has to say semi because he's Mike Tirico. He really does have an opinion, but he can't put it out there like he really wants to. And he's a good guy. I interviewed him, by the way. He's a real nice man, Mike Tirico. He does know what's going on. He's one of the best in the business. And John Gruden said, this isn't fair. Here's a guy that was a former NFL coach, Super Bowl champion, doing the Monday night games, and watching that is ludicrous. It's completely, unbelievably unbelievable. When they play next week, 25% of the season will go by. Maybe about the second or third week of October will come back. Figuring they missed 7 weeks of pay, they'll give them the new deal, so they'll get scot-free this year of really giving them no more money than they really were going to get if they didn't go on strike. Or what we should do is say, hey, I know it's tough to do, but as fans of the game and you respect the NFL, boycott them. don't go there. Just stay home. So not only will the teams hurt, the concession stands hurt, the beer companies hurt, the food companies hurt, the apparel gets hurt, the fans aren't there, no parking. So a lot of money could be lost there if the fans would step up and just boycott them for 1 week. All they have to do is 1 week, and them owners will give them referees what they deserve. They do a great job out there on the field. It's not an easy job to be a referee. If you're a veteran, it's not an easy job. But to ask these guys to come on and referee games, it's just not right. They're not used to it. It's just not right. It's like I said, if I'm going to teach an algebra class, and I had 1 year of algebra when I was in 9th grade, and someone said you're going to teach that class for a week, they're not going to learn nothing because I don't really know. They have to go to referees, the books and everything else. They got a referee on the sideline just to spot the ball with the guy up in the booth. It's really bad. I mean, it's really bad. And it's hard to watch. If I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, I am pissed off, man. I'm telling you, I hope the Packer fans don't even go to the next game. Not because they won't support the team, just to bust that NFL up. Just to break the owners' pockets. Don't give them what they think they got. Because I know it's their bat, their baseball, their football, their field, their gridiron, their fans, their food, their parking, their T-shirts, and whatever else they shoot out there free they charge you an arm and a leg for. And you don't want to put the right referees in to get the score right, to get the game right. You're going to actually, why don't you just watch Sandlot football? These guys couldn't referee a Pee Wee Herman game. Not a Pee Wee Herman game. They stink. They're worse than stink. They stink. They're bad. Now, I did line up some guests here today to talk about some of this. And let's see who we got here today. We got, see what I booked in here. I did book the whole show, by the way. We got David Hum. We got Mark Collins. We got Ed Berliner, Marvin Freeman, and a few others. I know I got others here. Dan Duquette might be stopping in, talking about the Baltimore Orioles. Kawambi Lassiter will be in here also. I put the NFL players on today to talk about the refereeing of what's going on. Now, David Hum, who does the Oakland broadcast, he sits in there for like 15, 16 years now. He'll be our first guest, and he'll tell you a lot about what's going on. And then we come in with Kawambi Lassiter. Then we come in with Ed Berliner, Mark Collins, and there's a few others. Marvin Freeman. There's one guy I'm missing here. Somewhere I'm missing him. Somewhere, honestly, I'm missing him. Marvin Freeman. But I am missing one guy, which will be in. I'm trying to get a hold of Dexter Manley, Albert Connell, Sam Rogers. He'll be in at 5:45. Sam Rogers, the defensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills. That will be your lineup here today on the Audie Clear Show, Wi-Fi 1460. As we get into the referees in the NFL, and I got to be honest with you, it's a bad product. If the meat's bad, would you take it back to the market? Oh, no! Oh, that hurt the stomach really bad.
You sneezed on the truth.
But I just sneezed on the truth. If you had bad meat, would you take it to the market or would you just serve it to your family? Would you want your money back or you say, nah, keep that money and let me buy some more bad meat? Well, when you make a bad call repetitively each and every time, they're bad. They are bad. Baltimore got cost the game against the Eagles. Now I'm an Eagles fan, but Torrey Smith didn't have no pass interference there. They would have won that game. They'd be 3-0. Now they're 2-1. Now Green Bay's 1-2, and Seattle's 2-1. A gift. Santa Claus come to Seattle early this year, September, whatever the days yesterday was. What's that? 24th. Yesterday, they gave him their Christmas present. They won't get any more presents after that. Okay, let's get to our show.